Give me water, bring it up from the ground, cool, clean water. There's enough to go around. Bee cave drilling.
Do you have sediment in your water? Are you tired of dealing with those old standard filters? For years we've known that our wells have a little bit of sediment in them. That's part of what we get when we live here in Texas. We've resorted to all kinds of different filtration options. This is probably the most common, just a regular cartridge filter. This is a big one though, it's a 20-inch. We use these a lot of times because they just take so little material to plug them up, to start getting low pressure. This is the best answer we've had for years. How many of you spend your weekends going to the hardware store and buying cartridges? You get out in the garage, you got to open the thing up, you're spilling water all over the place, changing this, and if you don't get it done, you're going to get low pressure. Well, I'm getting tired of that. I finally have a product that I can sell you that I'm proud of. And that's a gravity filter. I like gravity because it's always on. It's a really simple tank. This is a 40-gallon one. We offer a 40-gallon, 80-gallon, 120-gallon. We can pretty much build you whatever you want. The water enters right here and exits out here out the top. We also have this little blowdown valve. Let's take this thing apart and see how it works. Now normally that would be glued, but it sure is easier for demonstration purposes to have it come off like that. Now don't tell anybody you saw this. This is a trade secret. Inside, we have our water pipe coming in from the well, comes up this pipe about a third of the way up the tank, and then it 90s over towards the wall, and then we put a 45 there on the end. And that just makes that water, as it enters that tank, makes that water in the tank spin. Then our product water leaves out the top. I'll give you a little demonstration to show you how this works. I've got a little jar here, it's got some sand water in it, and got a ruler here to mix it up. Let's just mix that up, get this sand suspended in the water, and watch what happens as soon as I quit spinning it there. That spinning action and gravity pulls that sand right out of the water. It's great, it takes everything out of the water. Not everything. It doesn't take hardness out of the water. Anything dissolved in the water, it's not gonna come out. But if you wanna go right now, get you some mud out of your filter, put it in one of your jars, mix it up with a spoon. Anything that settles out in about 20 seconds, probably gonna be taken out by this tank. If it's some really fine clay or something like that that stays suspended for a long period of time, it's gonna pass right through this filter. This filter is gonna do nothing for it. But for your heavier stuff that maybe you're stopping up an irrigation system, or maybe you just wanna put this in line before your filter to catch 95% of the big stuff so you're not changing those cartridges so often, it's a great way to do it. Gravity is always on. Let's put this thing back together and see how it works. So here we have our discharge valve. Normally we just put a faucet on there, and you can open that up and everything that's in the bottom of this tank will just flush right out. This thing will hold about 15 gallons before you have to clean it out. You can hook up a water hose to this. If you don't want that sediment to be blowing right there, just blow it over in your neighbor's yard for all we care. If you don't want to have to do that, we even have an automatic valve we can put on there. It'll automatically do it for you. Only thing you got to do every couple of years is change the batteries in that automatic valve. So your discharge water going out to the irrigation system is going to come out the top here. So we put on this Y strainer. It's just a simple screen that'll catch the sediment. If this tank completely fills up with mud, you want to be able to catch that before it gets into your irrigation system or goes on to something that might hurt. So we put that on there, we hook your irrigation system right there. And that is your gravity filter. Let's go look at one of these tanks that we've got installed on an operating system to see what it looks like. So now we're at one of our job sites. We've got our gravity filter installed here. We've got our water line coming from the well, goes in the bottom. Our product water goes out the top, going on to the irrigation system. And right here we have our blow down valves where you can let the sand blow out the side right there. You can see what it looks like with a small pressure tank and the controller. If you're interested in a gravity system, give us a call. We'd love to come out and design a system that'll work for you.
Give me water, bring it up from the ground, cool, clean water. There's enough to go around. Bee cave drilling. Give me water. Bee cave drilling. Give me water.
Call Bee Cave Drilling now for a free estimate.
Give me water.